Wait, are we for real starting?
Yeah, we on.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Did you have an intro or something?
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, go. Welcome to the Rissa and Sir J production couple show. Very good.
What's funny is this episode is literally the creation of the show, like happening in episode 1. Like we legit just yesterday was like, well, it's like early morning, afternoon, like legit. I just walked in the room, was like, all right, I'm ready. And she was like,
me too.
Yeah. And so we got a ton of stuff at the house. We should definitely have already introduced who we are.
I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm scratching my nose. I know I don't got the Rona, but
it don't matter. Like we quarantined really anyway. Super quarantined. I haven't taken a shower in 48 hours. Super quarantined.
I always forget when the last time I took a shower, but I'm pretty sure it was yesterday, even though I don't look sure. I think I did. Yesterday.
But the makeup
on fleek, though. My face is clean, okay?
Anyway, we are rambling. Folks, this is the production couple. I am Sir J. I am a DJ, father, entrepreneur, investor.
Oh. I am Marissa. I am a photographer. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. And I'm also an accountant. You didn't say you were a teacher, did you?
I didn't say I'm a teacher. I'm also a school teacher.
Forgot?
I teach middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th. This is the beginning of the show altogether. So we figuring it out. We could have like tried to plan everything out from bullet point to bullet point, but honestly, that just slows us down. One of the episodes, we'll talk about the differences in how we go about doing things. Even just in the last hour or so of putting everything up, putting everything together, we recognize the difference in like how we do stuff. Because we both work in production, we have so much stuff here at the house. And so making this happen like at the blink of an eye was kind of like nothing for us. So we threw up some soft boxes. We decided to go with one camera. That's probably gonna change.
When it comes to all of this stuff, this is definitely his thing. I am solely photography. He likes to do all the things, A-cam, B-cam.
A-cam, B-cam.
With the
slate.
All that stuff.
Yeah. And so
I ain't got time. What am I talking about?
How we met.
Oh, how we met?
Like how
like
this came about, but like we really can't tell that part without telling how we met.
So, we met all the way back in 2011, which was what, 9 years ago? Mm-hmm. I was dating a guy named Bleep, and it just so happens that
are we
that
gonna
guy.
Do that? I'm sorry. Is that like a thing? Because I need to know. Because I
definitely don't. We could name drop, but we gonna bleep it out if we name drop.
Okay.
I was dating this guy named, and it just so happened that the guy I was dating was roommates with this guy, Sergey, and I was just hanging out with them, with the guy that I was dating. And we had went to their apartments. And I'm hanging out with him and a couple of my other homegirls. And he comes out of his room and, just friendly, hey, I'm Sergey, whatever. And that was pretty much it. And since then, he'd always kind of been like big bro, I was a couple of years younger than him. I was 17 at the time. And and I did notice off the bat that he was a Christian. I think I had heard you playing Tripoli or something out of your room. And I remember at that time I had just started learning about Christian rap and things like that. I still thought it was a little corny, but, I had just started to get into that kind of thing. And he was like full blown into it. Knew a ton of artists, and I remember having like a side conversation. I don't know if it was the very first time we met, but I told him, like, bro, you gotta download some songs for me onto my iPod. This is how old it was. I had like an iPod Nano, But I always, like, every time I saw you, I was like, when are you going to download songs onto my iPod? That kind of thing. So that was like how we first met.
Yeah.
And then, 4 or 5 years later,
Yeah.
we got reconnected because I decided to start a Christian clothing line called the Prayer Movement. Gotta show you guys. He has his on too. So I decided to start a clothing line, and Sergey, he had reached out to me. I think it was like Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. It was like, hey sis, I see what you're doing. I would love to help. I got a ton of equipment and all these different things. And at the time I was doing it solely by myself, had no idea what I was doing, no idea what I was getting into either. So I could have used all the help I could get. And we had linked up a few times. And he helped me out with designs, with video recording some things, letting me borrow some of your lights. I think, let me borrow some of your lights. And since
I have
then
no clue
we had
what that stuff is. I had stuff like set up, stuff like all of this. I have this is not the same stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Once we had got connected with the prayer movement, I think that's when we like really established our friendship from then on.
So from my perspective, it's funny because when we first met, like she said, she was my roommate's significant other.
We just gonna say
they were
friend.
cool.
It was a situationship, y'all.
Yeah, she had a situationship under my roof. You know
I
what
told
I mean?
you I was 17, okay? I was trying to figure it out.
So I was 19, 20. And I looked at pretty much everything that my roommates did, including my other roommate who was even older than me. But I looked at all of that in college as like kid stuff. So literally the big bro like title was a serious one. Like I not like serious in terms like I took it serious, like I'm your big brother, but like when I met her, I did not seriously consider any like conversation. I was looked at all of y'all like y'all kids. Yeah. I went to work, I went to class, I came back home or went back to work.
But you were cool though, like
like I wasn't like I wasn't like stepping on toes. I wouldn't say that to y'all. You know, like y'all do this kid stuff. Like I wasn't like on that. But in my mind, I very much was like, oh, that's the little girl that you know what I mean. Anyway, so I always like not kept tabs, but just like, you know how you see people on social media all the time, whatever. But when we met, I was actually in a relationship. All my female friends or whatever, like was, you know what I mean? Like I didn't really entertain a ton of female friendships at all. Fast forward 4 or 5 years, I was divorced, coming out of a bad spot and like just trying to occupy my time. I would legit get off at like 2:30, go home, smoke and drink until I'm drunk, tired, go to sleep, wake up, do it all over. And eventually coming out of that slump, I look up and I see Marissa's doing the prayer movement. Do that every time.
Right.
Like I said, went to school for film production, had just graduated, and had the time and had a little camera, you know what I'm saying? Had a few things I can set up.
All the things.
And I could tell by her social media that she was kind of lagging in that department. And
I didn't even have a camera at that time.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, I didn't buy it until.
So like the first shoot and all of that stuff that I noticed, that wasn't from your camera?
I had bought my camera.
Cause you had like a T3i or something first, right?
Yeah, that was the first one I bought, but that was in January, like way after we had started.
Got you.
So yeah, I was shooting on my phone, I think.
Yeah, so I got all this stuff and I got time. And I'm like, shoot, let's link up. I need to occupy my time. And I would say, what was it? You were probably in Denton for 4 or 5 months before you moved?
Yes.
At that point, she moves back to Cali, and I would say probably another 3 or 4 months go by.
Yeah, and during that time, we still kept in contact.
Yeah, we were still like working kind of from a distance. I was trying to help out, and
but we were like friends by then. I feel like we had a lot of conversation.
Yeah. We were cool.
Outside of the prayer movement.
Yeah. We had kicked it, and you were graduating and stuff. So I remember like taking you to Chipotle to celebrate.
He was trying to holler, y'all. Let's just.
No, I was not.
Oh, okay. All
right. To the point I was making, like, I was very much still big, and I had made up in my mind, like after my divorce, I was never going to get married again. So I wasn't even really trying to entertain like no females or anything like that. And she was younger than me, so it was like I didn't look at it from that perspective. I honestly saw her as safe to be around and like work with. Summer 2017, I throw a party, probably one of my favorite parties, the 2K party. She shows up with Sister Rebecca, Sister Works, and you know, I still like I walked into the venue not thinking about, oh, Marissa's gonna be here, not thinking about, I'm on party planning mode. By the end of the night, my best friend Darrell, he was like, man, I saw old girl, or I saw Marissa, or something like that. And I was like, yeah, you saw her. And was another cat that was there, and I was like, I saw them out on the dance floor, and was kind of all in your face or whatever. And I was like, maybe he, you know, saying trying to speak game with you. I was like, yeah, you saw them out there. He was like, no, I saw you and her, and I was like, what? Like how? Like, cause
mind you, like we didn't even really talk at your party or anything.
We did.
You
took a picture,
shouted me out a couple times on the mic, but
that wasn't abnormal. Like I mean, because I shouted a few people. I said the same thing to AD. Yeah. I said the same thing to, like, you know, when people showing up to the party, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to...
It sounded really left field.
Yeah. I was like, you saw us what? Like, what? She wasn't up on stage with me or nothing like that. That would probably, honestly, as a DJ, that'd probably be one of my moves, you know what I'm saying? If I was trying to, like, holler at a girl, keep a girl's interest or whatever. Like, I don't know. Maybe I played a little game. Ooh, this is nice up here. How do you do this? You know what I mean? Whoop, whoop. Like, yeah, come check it out. You can come up. Yeah. Whoop, whoop. My brother saying like, oh, I see y'all, you and Marissa. I was like, me and Marissa, what? What do you see? Like, but it triggered something, and I started paying attention to it more because he had said that. We went. This party was sponsored. I got it sponsored by a local restaurant, and so one of the parts of that deal was for us to all go to that local restaurant after the party. So, you know, we on Fry Street, UNT, and we're eating. And when she walked in, at that point, it was like, that I would honestly say that was one of the first times I like stopped and gave attention to like her outward adornment as like before then I was talking like, yeah, you know, she's a pretty girl, so I got to watch out for her, you know what I'm saying, whoop de whoop. But it was never like, she fine. You know what I mean? Like until we were at that shop, I think. It was like the first time where I was like, she fine in consideration of like myself and preferences, whatever. By the end of that night, we sat in your car and cause like we left the restaurant, I was like, sis, I gotta talk to you real quick. And so we sat in your car and I remember explaining like, man, like I just want to make sure for like we are good in terms of like relationship, like you're not trying to be with me, I'm not trying to be with you. I remember saying it just like that, and how stupid and passive I felt, because usually I'm very direct, but I felt like I should have just came out and said, you don't like me, right? Or I don't like you. Do you like me? We don't have anything.
Yeah, cool. I mean, essentially that's what you said.
Yeah, but like I felt like I was beating around the bush. I was trying to like avoid insinuating that I know you want this. You know what I mean? Like I was also. Yeah, so we had that conversation, and when I said that and kind of gave her space to respond, her response was, honestly, Sergey, because she knew my situation with my divorce, she was like, honestly, Sergey, I don't think you need to be talking about dating anybody. And in that moment, it was when I was like, ooh, I like this girl. Yeah. We had kicked it, and you were graduating and stuff. So I remember like taking you to Chipotle to celebrate.
He was trying to holler, y'all. Let's just.
No, I was not.
Oh, okay.